In this video, we will talk about how to find the scale factor of dilated shapes. So I have 3 examples for us to work through here. Let's check out the first one. This one says the smaller square was dilated to form the larger square. Find the scale factor. So to find the scale factor, here's the formula we can use. The new figure divided by the old figure. So what we do is just pick any side of the new figure. So we said the small square was dilated to form the larger square. So we'll say the larger square is the new figure. And what we want to do is just find the length of one of the sides of the new figure. So let's say we want to find the length of this side right here of this square. Well, this length is 8. And if we find the corresponding side of the old figure, so this side right here of the small square, we can see this is a length of 2. So all we have to do is write 8 divided by 2. So what is 8 divided by 2? That's 4. So the scale factor is 4. Or in other words, we multiplied the dimensions of the smaller figure by 4 to get the dimensions of the larger figure. And one way to double check ourselves is if we're going from a smaller figure to a larger figure, the scale factor is always going to be greater than 1. And we can see that the scale factor is greater than 1. It's 4. So that's kind of a way to double check ourselves. All right, let's try another one. This one says the larger triangle was dilated to form the smaller triangle. Find the scale factor. So once again, we're going to use the formula, the new figure divided by the old figure. So in this case, the new figure is going to be the small triangle because we said the larger triangle was dilated. So we're just considering this larger triangle to be our old figure, and we dilated it to form a new figure, the smaller triangle. So let's pick a side of the smaller triangle and find its length. So let's say this length right here, we can see that's 1, 2, 3. And if we find the corresponding side of the larger triangle, we'll find that it is 9. So what we can say is the new one, remember the new one we said is the smaller triangle, which is 3 divided by the old, so the dimension of the old triangle is 9. So 3 divided by 9, that can be reduced to 1/3. So this is the scale factor. And again, one way to check ourselves is if we're going from a larger figure to a smaller figure, the scale factor must be less than 1. So we can see that 1/3 is less than 1. So that's just a way to double check ourselves. All right, let's try one more example. This one says the smaller rectangle was dilated to form the larger rectangle. Find the scale factor. So once again, to find the scale factor, we'll use the formula, the new figure divided by the old figure. So in this case, we're saying the smaller rectangle was dilated. So we'll call the smaller rectangle the old figure, and we'll call the large rectangle the new figure. So that it's the result of the dilation. So let's pick a side of the new figure. So let's just say, let's pick this side right here. What is the length of this side? This would be 8. So we need to find the corresponding side of the smaller figure, which we said was the old figure. So let's pick this side since it's the corresponding side. We can see this has a length of 2. So if we plug these values into our formula, we said the new triangle was the larger one. So we'll say 8 divided by the length of the old one was 2. So 8 divided by 2, that's 4. So this is our scale factor. And again, to double check ourselves, we can say we're going from a smaller figure to a larger figure. So our scale factor should be greater than 1, and we can see that it is. It's 4. So those were just 3 examples of how to find the scale factor of dilated shapes.